The camera fades in on a single spotlight over an empty basketball court. The sound of a bouncing ball echoes through the darkness, steady, rhythmic, determined. A voice rises over the silence, deep and reflective. Some are born into comfort, others are born into challenge. But every once in a while, someone is born with a spark so bright that not even the weight of the world can dim it. That spark was LeBron James, Akron, Ohio, winter of 1984. A small city of fading factories and hard lives. The streets were tough, the winters colder, and dreams felt like a luxury most couldn't afford. But in a tiny apartment, a young single mother named Gloria James was raising her son with nothing but love, hope, and relentless faith. She was just 16 when LeBron was born, and life didn't hand her a map. But she gave her boy something greater, the belief that he could become something extraordinary. LeBron grew up with instability, moving from apartment to apartment, couch to couch. Some days they had no permanent place to stay. But in every struggle, he found a sanctuary, the basketball. It wasn't just a toy. It was an escape, a language, a way out. The sound of the dribble became his heartbeat. The rim became his horizon. At 9 years old, LeBron would spend hours at the Salvation Army gym, lost in the rhythm of his dreams. He didn't just want to play, he wanted to dominate. His friends saw something different in him. Even as a child, he moved like he was meant for something larger. His coaches said, "That kid's going somewhere." But even they didn't realize just how far. By the time LeBron entered high school, the legend was already whispering through Ohio. St. Vincent St. Mary High School became the epicenter of a new phenomenon. The gym was packed every night, and scouts from across the country crowded the bleachers to witness this teenager who played like a man among boys. He wasn't just good. He was mesmerizing. An unstoppable blend of size, speed, and vision. Every move seemed choreographed by destiny itself. ESPN cameras arrived. Sports Illustrated called him the chosen one. Imagine that. 17 years old, and the world already expecting greatness. Most would crumble under that pressure. But not LeBron. He wore it like armor. He didn't run from the weight of expectation. He embraced it. "I was born for this," he said, and he meant it. Then came 2003, the NBA draft. The Cleveland Cavaliers selected LeBron James as the #1 overall pick, a hometown hero, returning to lift the city that had been waiting for a savior. From day one, the league knew something had shifted. His debut? 25 points. Effortless. Electrifying. A teenager commanding men's respect in the world's toughest league. LeBron wasn't just an athlete, he was a phenomenon. Every game felt cinematic. The way he attacked the rim, the way the crowd gasped when he took flight. It was more than basketball. It was theater. And yet, beneath all the fame and flash, he never forgot where he came from. He'd still call his mom after every game. Still go back to Akron. Still find ways to give back. But greatness never comes without struggle. In those early years, Cleveland loved him. But the weight of a championship hung heavy. LeBron led the Cavaliers to the 2007 NBA Finals almost single-handedly, carrying a team of role players against the mighty San Antonio Spurs. But reality hit hard. Swept 4-0. LeBron was 22, and the world saw his pain. The cameras caught his stare into the distance. Hungry, determined, but haunted. That night, he learned something only the greats understand. Talent gets you there, but failure makes you unstoppable. For the next few years, LeBron chased the dream. MVP awards came, back-to-back in 2009 and 2010. He was the best player in the world, but still no ring. And then came the decision, the moment that divided a nation. July 8, 2010. A live broadcast that would change everything. LeBron James sat in front of millions and said the words that shook Cleveland to its core. "I am taking my talents to South Beach." The backlash was instant. Jerseys burned, fans turned. The same city that once called him a savior now called him a traitor. But LeBron didn't hide. He faced the storm. He walked into Miami with Dwyane Wade and Chris Bosh, determined to learn what it really meant to win. The first year was chaos. The world wanted him to fail, and for a moment, It looked like he would. The 2011 finals, Miami versus Dallas. LeBron froze under the pressure. The critics were merciless. He's not clutch. He's overrated. He'll never be Jordan. But when the noise faded, something changed inside him. He went silent that summer. No social media, no cameras, no distractions, just work. Early mornings, late nights, hundreds of shots, thousands of reps. He rebuilt his game, his mind, his confidence. The next season, he came back sharper, stronger, wiser. In 2012, the Miami Heat won the NBA championship, and LeBron James finally became a champion. His Finals MVP performance was nothing short of poetic. He dominated the court with purpose, focus, and fire. And in 2013, he did it again. Back-to-back titles, back-to-back MVPs. The critics fell silent. LeBron had evolved from prodigy to champion, from talent to legacy. But there was unfinished business. In 2014, he returned home. The letter to Cleveland echoed with humility and love. "I'm coming home." The same people who once burned his jersey now welcomed him with tears. He wasn't just returning as a player. He was returning as a man, a leader, a symbol of redemption. The finals. Cleveland versus Golden State. Down 3-1 against a 73-win team. The world said it was over, but LeBron said, "Not on my watch." What followed was one of the greatest performances in sports history. Game 5, 41 points. Game 6, 41 again. Game 7, the defining moment. With less than 2 minutes left, Andre Iguodala drove to the basket. It looked like an easy layup. And then, LeBron flew. Blocked by James. The words echoed through the arena. It was the play that froze time, the block that rewrote destiny. Moments later, Kyrie hit the shot and Cleveland erupted. The city had waited 52 years for that championship. And when the final buzzer sounded, LeBron collapsed to the floor, tears streaming down his face. "Cleveland, this is for you!" he shouted through the mic, voice shaking. That wasn't just victory, that was vindication. Over the next few years, LeBron continued to redefine longevity, leading teams deep into the playoffs, becoming a mentor, a leader beyond stats. He spoke out for equality, built schools for children in Akron, and became a global ambassador for empowerment. His I Promise school changed lives, proving his legacy wasn't confined to hardwood floors. It lived in classrooms, communities, and hearts. In 2018, he made another move, to Los Angeles. Many doubted the decision, saying it was for Hollywood, not history. But LeBron's story was never about comfort. It was about challenge. 2 years later, in the bubble of 2020, amid a global pandemic and social unrest, he led the Lakers to another championship. A fourth ring. Fourth Finals MVP. Dedication. Focus. Greatness. Again. Even as his body aged, his spirit never did. His workouts became legendary. Dawn sessions, ice baths, relentless film study. Every year, a new generation arrived to challenge him, and every year, LeBron met them head-on. He adapted, evolved, outlasted. When he passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to become the all-time leading scorer, the crowd rose as one. The king had officially rewritten history. Through it all, what made LeBron truly special wasn't just his points, rings, or accolades. It was his consistency, his ability to carry expectation and still rise higher. To be a hero, a father, a philanthropist, and still the hardest worker in the room. He once said, "I'm just a kid from Akron." But that kid became a global icon. He became the dream realized for millions who grew up with nothing but a ball and a belief. As the spotlight fades and the crowd roars one more time, LeBron's legacy stands taller than banners. It lives in every young player chasing the impossible, in every dreamer fighting through doubt, in every person who refuses to give up, no matter the odds. Because the story of LeBron James isn't just about basketball. It's about greatness earned through struggle, about falling and rising, about using your platform to lift others higher. And somewhere in the heart of Akron, a young boy still bounces a basketball, believing, because LeBron once did. So when the world tells you you can't, remember the king who proved you can. If this story moved you, inspired you, or reminded you what greatness really means, don't let it end here. Hit that like button, share this video with someone chasing their dream, and subscribe to Behind the Medal for more powerful stories of athletes who turned struggle into glory. Because behind every medal, there's a story worth remembering.